Hi, thanks for stopping by. So clearly I'm in a different location today. This is one of my go-to places. I come here quite a bit um, because it's got a beautiful creek, little tiny waterfall. It's very peaceful and sweet. And here in New York, it is about 9 a.m. and it's already over 80 degrees. So it's going to be hot. So I thought I would get out here early and record this video for all of you. So welcome. I hope you had a good week. Last week, the energies felt intense all over again. Although this week, it feels like it may be a little gentler. I don't know. I'm kind of already getting that sense. Although there's so much chaos around us, it does feel a bit softer internally, maybe. Lighting is strange here. Okay. So, for the week of July 20th, let's pull some cards and see what the energy holds for us for the week of July 20th. I hope you're well. This Cancer Capricorn eclipse portal we've been in has been intense, especially if you have cardinal energy in your chart. My sun and rising signs are both cardinal. I have felt this very intensely. But let's see what the cards have to offer for the week of July 20th. It's so beautiful in this spotlight. There's a little bridge behind me you can see there. Nice benches to sit and enjoy the waterfall. It's really, really sweet. I used to live right down the road here a very long time ago. It was like another life ago. So, spirit, angels, guides, medicine for the week of July 20th. What do we need to know for the week of July 20th? It's so humid, my cards are sticky and... Oh, here we go. Angels, spirits, guides, energy for the week of July 20th. Angels, spirits, guides, please. Okay. We've got our cards. First card up, King of Cups. So the King is master level energy around emotions, around emotional stability, around also this King for me is always the energy of being able to hold and maintain space for yourself and for others. This is a container of being able to hold the emotional depth for other people, as well as being able to manage it and hold it for oneself. So I think as we enter into this week, I was sensing this this softer energy, and I think that the King may represent this a little bit of a shift and a little bit of a softer energy, and a softening within ourselves, perhaps, an ability to regain some emotional stability that we probably have lost over the last weeks. This feels really good. This feels like learning to master one's emotional space, learning to master one's emotions, and not be a slave to the tides, not being pulled in any one direction when things are as chaotic in our environments as they are and have been and will continue to be likely for some time. This energy is followed by the Five of Pentacles. This energy of feeling left out in the cold. I think that with the destabilization of what we've been experiencing, there is a tendency to feel a little bit left out in the cold. I know for myself, I've been talking about this decision, these bigger decisions that need to be made. For myself, I have been faced with some very large decisions around having to do with the pandemic for sure. And these being very difficult decisions, and ones that speak to stability and security, and having to make some choices around possibly upsetting stability, a sense of stability and a sense of security, which can be a very difficult thing. But I think this energy of the King of Cups is here to remind us and level out some of this energy, right? That while this may be a part of our environment, a part of what we're experiencing right now, we are gifted with the ability to maybe see this in a little bit more in a more balanced way, because what follows is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is traditionally this is seen as the card of marriage, as the card of union. I see this as a card of some of also of balance, right? We've got the two pillars on one side and the two pillars on the other. So to me, this speaks of an emotional, of a fire, of a balancing of our internal fire. So not only balancing our cup energy, our emotional state, but also having learned to balance this fire state that we are in. So there seems to be, as we come into this week, a real balancing of our emotional states, our fire, our passion, getting back in touch with that, maybe coming into more balance around those things that feel important to us, those things that we would like to pursue heart first, which is something that came up in the weekly read 2 weeks ago. Moving from a heart space, which that King of Cups speaks to, and I see the Four of Wands also speaking to. But first, we don't move from a place of heart-centeredness until we can find some balance within ourselves. Next card up, High Priestess. Isn't she beautiful? The High Priestess is the number 2. Spiritual number 1-1, also speaks to great balance, right? She's got the pillars on either side. But the High Priestess is also the energy of standing between this world and the next. The veil is behind her. She also carries the headpiece of Maiden Mother Crone. So she speaks to divine feminine. She speaks to moving through the energies of Maiden Mother Crone, which is an energy of moving through a space, moving through the divine feminine, moving through the different phases of one's life, but doing it in a very internal sort of space. This is an energy of the Popess, right? The female version of the Pope, whose spiritual understanding is deep. She has the symbol of the moon here, right? So being not of this earth, but of this earth at the same time. Understanding a spiritual path. Understanding, which is something that each week we are being more and more led to, right? This understanding that our physical experience is not the only experience, right? It is what is happening in this atmosphere, but it is not. If we can tune into our more spiritual selves, our divine nature, we can see what is happening from a larger view. The king speaks to that as well, because if you notice, the king, look at his place. He is quite elevated, right? He's on top of the water. He is not submerged within it. And our high priestess as well is submerged. She's above the physical plane, right? She is of the spiritual dimension. So I think this week is really asking us to tune back in with and to kind of step away, if we can, from everything that's happening in our more material environment and in this 3D environment, and see it for what it is from our more spiritual perch, if you will. Followed by the Eight of Swords, which is self-imprisonment, believing the mind, right? It's swords, so it deals with the mind. But this is, if you look closely, her bondage is not tight. She can remove this, and she can remove the what's around her, what she feels is keeping her caged. This is a mindset. This is anxiety. This is not. This is giving way to your anxious mind. And all of these other spiritual cards, the King of Cups and the High Priestess, is saying to, if you stay within the 3D, if you allow our current environment, if we allow this current chaotic environment to take over, we will feel very trapped, right? And very, this could lead to depression and anxiety and feeling as though there's no way forward. But if we can tap into those higher energies, which the King of Cups speaks to, leading heart first, holding space, coming into some emotional balance, and tapping into the High Priestess, who knows that this existence, this chaotic, anxiety-inducing environment is not the full story, then it can help us to come out of, recognize that we are only held by our own bind. We create the bind in our mind. And when we can let go of that and understand that this 3D chaos is merely a teacher right now. It's a teacher around what is from our higher perspective, right? It's teaching us to tap into our higher perspective and understand that there's something much grander and larger at play here. And I believe that is ushering us into the age of Aquarius, right? Because the last card is the World, which ends cycles, right? The World, if you notice, all suits are present here. So the World is the end of the major arcana. The Fool is the beginning of the journey. The World is the end of the journey. And at the beginning, so card 1 of major arcana is the magician, who also has everything he needs. He has all suits to help him. And we start our journey that way, and we end our journey that way, having our fire, our passion intact, having our emotionality, our emotional cups full and balanced and intact, having our mind space clear and without anxiety, being able to see from a higher perspective and see with a clear view, and our pentacles, understanding our purpose, understanding our journey, and having the resources. And resources are not only money, resources are foundation, people, tribe, a sense of inner knowing, These are all resources that build a firm foundation. So we start our journey understanding that we have everything we need, and we end our journey understanding that we have already all the tools we need to come out of the minutia, to understand that the chaos is both necessary and requires some level of engagement from us, but we also need to maintain our higher view. We need to understand that we are spirits having a physical experience, right? We are souls having a physical experience, and that we have the tools we need to navigate our current environments without fear, although fear is great right now, right? I would say that fear is the number one emotion coming up, fear, which leads to anxiety. For many folks, this is what is happening. And so, how do we move ourselves out of fear, out of anxiety, and into a place where we are able to see with larger vision, with larger eyes, if you will? And the way we do that is to understand that we do possess already within us and amongst our soul tribe those tools which keep us grounded, right? Which keep us in understanding that that there is no way forward, right? The way forward is through, and that we need to begin to take our higher knowledge, if you will, our higher knowledge, tap into our higher knowledge, which we already possess, and bring it into our immediate physical environments. Okay? So I do sense that this week might have a little bit of clarity around it, a bit of softer energy, maybe to give us some time to sort of recalibrate and readjust, and give us allow us time to tap into this King of Cups, High Priestess energy. Okay. I wish you a beautiful week. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Hit the subscribe button below. I'd love it if you would subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. And I wish you a beautiful week. Thank you for stopping by from this beautiful, serene place. Take the energy of this into your week with you. Okay. Thank you so much.